got John Boehner, who, when you put those things together, you realize he wants to take all the oversight away from the Wall Street banks and then hand your retirement over to him. That's a pretty good deal if you're in the New York financial industry. It's not such a great deal if you worked all your life paying into Medicare, paying into Social Security so that you could have a middle-class retirement. I can tell you, my parents, they both spent their entire careers working for companies, planning for their retirement, but oftentimes because of the decisions their companies made, the private portion of their retirement was never as big as it was advertised at the front end. And if it weren't for their Social Security, they wouldn't be living a middle-class, respectable retirement the way they are today. We need to fight for those things. We can't take our country back to that. And the way we do that is we can draw a line in the sand in New Mexico. Because they cannot take over the House of Representatives without coming to New Mexico. They need to win Harry Teague's seat. They need to win my seat to be able to take over the House of Representatives. And if they fail in this year, when every environmental factor you can imagine is working in their direction, I think you will have seen the apex moment of the Republican Party. Because they're attacking their own at this point. They're taking the most reasonable, the most proactive, the good legislators within their own party, and they're punishing them in the primary process. You know, in the House, Jim, I'm next to a guy named Bob Inglis. We don't agree on a lot of things. He came in 1994 with the Newt Gingrich Revolution. He's not exactly, I wouldn't call him a moderate, much less open to some of the issues on the more progressive side of the spectrum. He just lost his primary because he wasn't angry enough. He wasn't extreme enough. That's what's happening on the other side. If we can hold on to the House of Representatives through this cycle, to the Senate through this cycle, there is so much more work to be done. On clean energy legislation that we haven't seen go through the Senate yet, on fixing the Citizens United decision, the other of two of the most fundamentally misguided Supreme Court decisions in the last 50 years. Immigration reform, the list goes on and on. You know, we can get those things done, but only if we're able to hang on to a functional majority and continue to govern, continue to rebuild our economy in this country in a way so that when my kids grow up here, if they decide to go off someplace else, so be it. If they want to grow up in Albuquerque and work here, they ought to be able to find a good job and raise their kids with quality education. We can build that kind of a future here in New Mexico if we can survive this election cycle. That's why I need help from all of you to continue the progress that we've built on so far. You know, I'm sure that we haven't agreed on absolutely everything, but I will not shrink from difficult decisions. And if I disagree with you, I'm going to have a reason for it. And we're going to get good things done for central New Mexico as a result. We have just started. And imagine if we can then go into